Hey guys, welcome to A&L Tech Review. Today I'm going to be going over a review on my thoughts and what I think of the Xbox One X. I'm also going to compare it to their S model. I'm also going to compare it to the PlayStation 4 Pro. We've got the original PlayStation here because unfortunately I don't own the Pro, but I am at least going to compare the specs and try and give you some advice on what to buy this holiday season and the best suit that's going to fit you guys. So I've also got in front of me here the 5 games that I do own that are enhanced already for the Xbox One X. So let's go ahead and get started. The gameplay on the X console was absolutely, in my opinion, phenomenal. I have a 60-inch Samsung 7000 series 4K TV with HDR support. And what I noticed on Gears of War 4 especially, that was the first one that I did. Gears of War, the detail alone was absolutely incredible. The settings were easy to manipulate. They were easy to go in there and change around. When I was running it in 4K enhanced mode, the detail and the clarity was just absolutely unbelievable compared to my old TV, which was a 1080p TV, because I tried it on both, and you still get really great gameplay on a 1080p TV because they do have enhancements for that. So if you don't own a 4K TV, you can definitely get some beneficial use out of it. It makes, in my opinion, every game that I own for enhanced mode absolutely phenomenal. The next one was Rise of the Tomb Raider that I tried. Rise of the Tomb Raider, that's just a graphically enhanced game to begin with. It uses a lot of power to make that game run, in my opinion. Having the console go right there with the enhanced mode, the detail on the menu screen when I was actually picking the settings that I wanted, there's a section in there where you can see a old bicycle wheel, and as you change the settings, you can watch the detail get good or get bad just on the spokes of that bicycle wheel. I'm telling you guys, this console, gameplay-wise, you will not be disappointed whatsoever. The specs compared between the S model and the X are definitely different. You are talking on the Xbox One X, a 8-core AMD CPU at 2.3 gigahertz. You're also talking 12 gigs of DDR5 graphical memory, as well as a teraflop that does, or a GPU that does 6 teraflops of performance, so 40 computing units. For those of you that are not quite sure what all that means, basically this is just a powerhouse machine in a small console that you can get for $500. Compared to the S model, you are talking about an 8-core custom AMD CPU only running at 1.75 gigahertz. You are talking about 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM compared to the 12 gigs of DDR5, and you are running at 1.23 teraflops of computing performance on this guy. Now the PlayStation 4 Pro, you are looking at a 2.1 gigahertz 8-core AMD CPU as well. You're talking 4.2 teraflops compared to the 6 teraflops of performance you got off these two guys right here. Now, from what I understand from my friends that do have the Pro, the gameplay is absolutely awesome as well. They've said that they have done a fantastic job of the games that they do have enhanced, which is by far less than what Microsoft has. To this day, today, the research that I did shows 185 games total that they are working on. What I counted was 155 that are available for you to get right now, versus 185 that they are working on. So with that said, you can go find a list at Microsoft's website, and you can find a list of games that are working. Now, what I find really interesting is the sheer fact that they are actually taking some Xbox 360 games and enhancing them. So the one that I found right away that I own for a 360 game is Halo 3. They've actually enhanced that to run on this hardware to get you better performance on an older game. So I got to give Microsoft some mad props for what they're doing. Not only are they working on new games, they are working on older games as well to make happen, to utilize the performance that this thing can do. Now, with that said, here's going to be the kicker. An enhanced game. Enhanced games, if you get the Xbox One X and you take advantage of those enhanced games, they're going to require more hard drive space. Alone, in general, little disappointed with Microsoft in the terms of they only stuck a 1 terabyte hard drive in this. The research that I did actually shows the 1 terabyte has 128 meg of cache on it with a 5400 RPM mechanical drive. Now, the rumors that I had heard was that they were going to use a 7200 RPM cache size. I couldn't find any specs on when they were going through all the rumors. Now, with that said, I am disappointed that Microsoft chose to go with a 5400 RPM hard drive. However, we all know that Microsoft has allowed the Xbox X to have an add-on when it comes to hard drives. So what I've done is I've bought this guy right here, an external enclosure kit that is USB 3.0 certified. And what I did was I actually went out and bought a Seagate 4 terabyte hard drive that has 128 meg cache but is a 7200 RPM hard drive. The research that I have done shows that there's not much difference between a SATA 3 port for internal on the motherboard of this unit compared to the USB 3.0. We're talking 5 gigabits on USB 3 versus 6 gigabits on SATA. You are limited to bottlenecking based on the hard drive that you're using. So you are going to get some outstanding transfer rates on this, and it's a 4 terabyte hard drive. To give you an idea, Gears of War uses a 106 gig file just on the hard drive alone. So if you buy all enhanced games and you don't have an external hard drive, you're going to be lucky if you get 8, maybe 9 games installed on this. Compared to this guy is going to give you so much more. We're talking 30, 40, 50 games if they're all enhanced. Now, not every game is going to be enhanced. So with that said, just keep in mind and be mindful of your storage. I would highly recommend getting some type of external hard drive. Whether you don't have to do what I did, buy everything separately. You could go buy one from Seagate, get a 2 terabyte hard drive, spend $90. What I will do is throw a link up on there for the external enclosure and the hard drive itself. And I spent roughly about $200 getting that done. It's a little overkill in the price point, but for those of us that are hardcore gamers, my opinion, this is going to be the better way to go. What I love about this case, though, is that it's got a fan on the side to help cool the hard drive. It's actually got a temperature sensor, so it will tell you what it's running at, and the fan will increase its speed based on that. So you will get a digital readout with that guy. The other thing that I love is that not only that, if you ever wanted to use this for something else, you've got a eSATA port hookup on here if you need to as well. And they included both cables, the USB 3.0 and the eSATA port. What they did was even more cool. They gave you the ability to stick it in your desktop PC by giving you a hookup for an eSATA to internally if you don't have one. So you can definitely hook it up that way. Now, here's what's coming for this holiday. The big question is what console should you guys buy? Well, that's all going to be based on the needs of you or your kids. So if you're looking for a great deal, you're looking for something to get them started, you're looking for something that is going to take advantage of a few things because you plan on upgrading to a 4K TV, the great deals are going to be on the Xbox One S and also the PlayStation 4. Their slim model that they are going to be advertising. What I have found is that Walmart and Best Buy are going to be running the PlayStation 4 at $200. So that's just the console by itself, and you can go pick them up and you're good to go. So now you're saving roughly about $50 because they charge about $250 for this unit right here. Here's the big deal. They are going to be selling the S model for $189. Not only at Walmart, but the Microsoft store is going to be doing that as well too. Now what Best Buy is doing is something a little bit different. They're going to be selling the console at $249.99, so it's normal price, but they're throwing in either Madden 18 or Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels Edition for game bundles. Now, the other thing that they're doing on select 500 gigabyte hard drive storage size S models, they are also going to be throwing in a free controller with it. Now, those are going to be the two hot ticketed items this year for entry-level console gaming. Now it comes to the Xbox One S versus the PlayStation 4 Pro. Which one should you get? If you are a person who has a 4K TV and wants to spend the money on the two consoles, you're going to see a price increase for the Pro at $400. You're going to spend $500 on the X. Now, the Pro. What I don't like about them is the sheer fact that they did not put a 4K Blu-ray player in their unit. They're going strictly off digital media through the internet in the terms of 4K movies and TV shows that you might want to watch. With Microsoft, what they did when they built this console was they stuck a 4K Blu-ray player inside of it. Right off the bat, you are getting a console for gaming and 4K. You're getting a Blu-ray player that is 4K capable and HDR10 support, which is absolutely outstanding. So if you have a 4K TV and you want to take advantage of the 4K content that is out there, you can also buy 4K movies. And I will tell you, probably the best ones to get are going to be the Star Trek series, as well as some of the Disney Pixar movies, because that shows, in my opinion, what the HDR and 4K can do on all the special CG effects. They haven't done a lot of the Marvel movies in 4K, unfortunately, so they can't really show off what it can do through those. I wish they would. I wish they would film those in 4K. I wish they would do them in 4K. They're absolutely fantastic. Now, the other movies that I have got are going to be Batman vs. Superman, Wonder Woman, and the original Superman movie that they redid here not too long ago. Those are also in 4K, and they are absolutely, in my opinion, unbelievable in picture quality. Having a 4K TV and having a 4K Blu-ray player is worth it. The big question is do you want more than one device sitting underneath of your TV or one device that does both? This is what I would pick over the PlayStation Pro any day of the week. The extra $100 gets you a 4K Blu-ray player. You cannot go buy a regular 4K Blu-ray player for $100. You're going to spend more. So this right here, throw the extra $100 into it, spend $500, get a 4K gaming console, get a 4K Blu-ray player, get a 4K media streaming device. That is my recommendation. That is what I would do. You can add on the rest later. Guys, I hope this helps. I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas and try and survive Black Friday shopping. And please remember to give this a thumbs up and like this video. Leave me comments. As well as, please don't forget to subscribe to my page. What I am shooting for is, on this video, is to get at least 50,000 likes, and I would like to grow my subscriber base by 30. So please help me out and enjoy. Thank you. This has been an A&L Tech Review. Once again, I am Adam, and I want to thank you for your time.